must ask questions. He likes the way we ask questions yesterday. So I also like it. So please, let's pay attention. Thank you, Prof. You are welcome. We now have the floor. Good morning to all of you. And in the workshop, the mass lecture was concentrated with ordinary system as well as discrete differential equation system or empirical interaction. Last class I have also discussed another part. Now I discuss about aperture fractional difference equation. Development of continuous to difference then fractional difference equation. So we consider a real life situation. The name I have written here is the role of group defense and cannibalistic prey, predator. In predator-prey system with memory effect. My lecture is confirming to first we introduce what is group defense, what is cannibalism and others. Then from this biological ecological point of view, we formulate our model and try to analyze the model and validate it by numerical simulation. And last part we will discuss what will happen in our system. Why I can consider as a motivation here, predator-prey models play a central role in mathematical ecology. In your class, in master's class, always they told about predator-prey system, Octaboidana, and other things, Michael-Mentor type and other things. So this is the first motivation. And you know the classical model which is done in 1924, Lotta and Volterra. Lotta is the ecologist and Volterra is a chemist. They do same time the situation and they got the same result oscillation. This is the classical model. From this, the journey is grow of mathematical biology. And real ecological systems exhibit not only prey-predator interaction, but also additional complexity such as group defense in prey population. When predator attack them, they are in group form. The predator cannot attack them. They will change their path. So group defense in prey population and cannibalism among predators. Third one, memory and delayed population response. The main objective is to study the combined effect of this mechanism, that is group defense, cannibalism and memory effort using a discrete fractional order model. What is group defense? You see the picture, what is the meaning of unit? You can understand this one. That many animals gain safety by living and moving in group. As because the predator cannot attack them. A larger group reduces individual predation risks by vigilance. In bison group, you can visit any forest. I have visited Nairobi. Then we have seen that bison in a group, some bison are in vigilance, never lions cannot attack them as because some are of vigilance. And group defense confuses predator, making them less effective. Same is happened of fishing, schooling fish, herding mammals are common example. This reduces predation pressure and increase population survival. Earlier, we have discussed the prey population will grow logistically, but group defense, the carrying capacity will be more larger. And cannibalism. Cannibalism is the widespread behavior in the predator population. It commonly occurs food scarcity, high predator density, and size asymmetry. See, the grasshopper eat the baby grasshopper and other animals like fish. Big fish catches the smallest fish of same category. This is cannibalism. And cannibalism introduce interspecific interaction among predators. It can act as a natural self-regulation mechanism. When predator population is high, then interspecific competition and cannibalism regulate the situation. These behavior influence population stability and persistence and memory effect. Population dynamics often depend on past state, not only the present. Memory arises from delayed reproduction and maturation, learning and adapting behavior, environmental persistence. Fraction order model incorporate memory effect naturally. Memory can stabilize prey-predator interaction. Keeping in mind, we propose discrete fractional model. Why discrete fractional model? Many ecological populations evolve in discrete generations rather than continuously in time. Example, such as insect, each of the species is seasonal breeding. It is not a continuous whole year, they are not breeding, only seasonal breeding. That's why we consider a discrete system. In many real world scenarios, data is typically collected at a discrete time interval, which means that discrete time model corresponds more closely to the observed data. Incorporating fractional order is in a discrete model allow us to include memory effect while preserving the biological meaningful discrete structure of the population dynamic. This made discrete fractional model particularly suitable for ecological system with both memory and seasonal or generational dynamics. From keeping in mind, we propose this model, X and Y. X is a prey density, C. In earlier, we had written the prey population grow logistically, but here we consider logistic grow with interspecific competition, and second term was introduced, reduced predation efficiency due to group difference. And predator population growth due to predator, earlier we have all discussion, we will grow due to predation, but mortality and density dependent cannibalism. From here, see QY. QY means cannibal eat itself of its population, and growth term is here is Q. And the red color PY square by Y plus X means interspecific competition with predator. That's why we consider this form. This is the new one. In any model prey predator system, you can see the logistic growth Rx minus Ax minus Y, and predation coefficient is this one, and death rate and food conversion efficiency, that means predator growth rate term. But here we introduce another term is QY, means predator growth whole instant by eating their same type of prey. And there are interspecific competition between them. From this continuous model, we discretize fractional type of model, this one, d means d by dt. d theta x minus this, the equation number 2. Now, we changes is a discrete type fractional order model by using piecewise constant argument 1 and 2, we get the following model. Following model 3. We analyze the model. To analyze the model, we first find the fixed point of the system. We get 4 equilibrium point. One is 0, 0. Second one, play on the fixed equilibrium on the x-axis. That is R by K, which is the also the carrying capacity, this one. And predator on the equilibrium 0, comma, this value. See, in predator system, you cannot get continuous system. Either predator can eat, otherwise he dies out. But in this situation, the predator will grow by feeding by another cannibalism, same predator. That's why the term is positive is here. And this is the interior equilibrium point. Now, we Jacobian this matrix, what we'll get? In the equilibrium point, E0 is always unstable and E1 is stable if and only if this condition is hold, and E2 is stable if this condition is hold. And at least this is the eigenvalue of these two equilibrium points. But interior equilibrium point we find out by Star-Korn criteria. The Star-Korn criteria is mod phase J star minus 1 is less than delta J star less than 1. If the condition is satisfied, then we can say the system is stable. Now, we find the bifurcation analysis, explain qualitative change in system dynamics. Two types of bifurcation are observed in the system. Periodic bifurcation means brief bifurcation. So what is the meaning of brief bifurcation? If delta J star minus 1 is less than delta J star and this determinant value equal to 1, then the bifurcation occur. This bifurcation is periodic bifurcation. And from what is Neyman circular bifurcation? Neyman circular bifurcation is nothing but if mod phase J star minus 1 equal to J star, then Neyman circular bifurcation occur and a complex coordinate pair crosses the unit cycle. And these bifurcations lead to periodic, quasi-periodic and chaotic behavior. Analytical condition for bifurcation derived at the coexistent equilibrium. Now we go to the numerical situation. The dynamics are analyzed using bifurcation diagram and maximum Lyapunov of exponent. We consider the parametric value this one. What we get? When we take R versus plate, what we get? We get the dynamics and the variation of plate growth rate, and we get the pure doubling and equation. And we get the chaos. As because, see, R versus MLE. MLE में maximum Lyapunov exponent when cause the go to the negative to positive, then chaos is occur. That's why if you draw the maximum Lyapunov exponent negative to positive, then you can get the cause and periodic nature. That we get free bifurcation and others. Same thing occurs if we memory effect. Theta can vary. We can see the chaos in the situation, same as in figure B. Next one. Now, effect of cannibalism rate P. What we get? Oscillation stable and periodically situation. You can see here the chaos is also occurred when you Lyapunov function. See this one that is negative to positive, that is means chaos is there. This is the effect of predecessor rate A. We get the following result. And two parameter bifurcation diagram is written is here. And we try to find out this area. So what do we do this one? Maximum Lyapunov isoperiodic diagram. And if we take rectangular area, which is the enlarged part of this, the result will find this one. And zoomed in MLE isoperiodic diagram of the region bounded by the side rectangle, this one. And if we analyze this one, you can get the following result. If we analyze this one, we get the following bifurcation diagram. Zoom in my isoperiodic diagram region boundary second, it is another one. And I'll go to the rigorous calculation. If anyone is interested, I can give you the paper. And because his calculation is very rich, and you can uh, go to the sleep. As because it is not your subject. Now I go to the discussion. Memory effect, Adler's stability region and delayed the onset of chaos. And predator cannibalism shows a non-monotonic effect on system dynamics. Group defense reduces predation efficiency and alters bifurcation groups. Discrete formulation captures generation to generation ecological interaction. Two-parameter bifurcation diagram reveals structure stability landscape. Arnold terms and string-shape structure indicate universal nonlinear phenomena. These are references. Thank you. It's found. Okay. Have you any question?
Okay, thank you so much, Prof, for that presentation. And now, Prof has presented something about cannibalism. Please, Prof, somebody is requesting to show the topic. Title. Thank you, sir. So he has presented on something, and indeed, you can see it's indeed mathematical. You see a lot of mathematical analysis carried out there to assess how the effect of cannibalism and then group defense actually affect predictor interaction and then its memory effect. Now, I think I was saying yesterday that for different aspects of math being presented here, you realize that ideas that come from ecology becomes the very foundation. Even when you go into epidemiology, some of these things, Prof lets us to also see that are the things that form the very basis of many population-based models. And now that we are looking at the aspect of group defense, cannibalism, and the memory effects on predictor systems. Now, I want to believe that depending on what our interest is, ecological studies, I'm not too sure. I think one of the questions we also want to ask, I would love Prof to also talk about, is that while Professor Pretty was helping us to see about this yesterday, and we're seeing how that one is generating money now. When you get about this, is it not money? You get money. So I saw everybody were very active. But this morning now, when it comes to ecological concepts, feel that what concerns you is the predator. The predator should finish, the prey should finish. We know that ecologists, they want to preserve.
If you be an industrialist in biology, you need to know ecology because Professor Titi told
Yes.
the white fly destroyed this one. How can you preserve? That's why mathematical ecological model.
Very important. Conservation of nature.
You can use the volatile organic compound and other biopesticides.
Yes. So I would want us to now please let's engage this work.
So, like the concept of education happening in human population, when you have survival of the fittest, the elimination of the weakest, you find out that a lot of people need jobs, and then there are 10 vacancies,
Right.
and 1,000 people apply.
Again.
So there will be competition. So the competition will end up reducing, downsizing the number of people, even though there are 1,000 people And then there are only 10 slots or 10 spaces. So you read it means that it's only going to be survival. So that one can be a competition. It's an aspect of ecology. And then there is other aspect of ecology that can be symbiotic in terms of you are having collaboration. Now, the two of us, we are in one area, we want to write a paper, we collaborate, we publish, and then I brought in my idea to the table, you brought in your idea to the table. That's a form of methodology that exists in the academic, like collaboration, and then the two of us end up publishing the work, and then so both of us benefits. And then there is the other one, the data play. That one exists also in our society in different ways. Politicians are asking you to vote for them. After you vote, after voting, they change their phone numbers, and then you don't have access to them again. You go back to your initial situation. Yeah. So that's a prey-predator situation. So after 4 years again, they come back to you. Yeah. And then they give you 500 naira or something, and then everybody still come back. You forget the pain you have had before. You continue the prey-predator relationship at the democratic level. So we have this kind of thing everywhere, and so they occur in different situations as far as population of human is concerned, not just animals. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. I think Prof has decided to bring that concept into what we have every day of our life now. But I think some people are also particularly interested about endangered species. That I think there are some species of animals that we don't have again, maybe because they've been preyed upon also. Okay, now this is maths, but then we want to go from maths to reality, from reality to maths. So let's ask the question. Thank you, Prof, for this presentation. I really got some insight to look into the work, and I say that it's an interesting topic. I'm a population scientist, and coming with your concept of group defense has made my interest and bringing it to realities of the world and among population, like Prof mentioned, this group brain predictor system that apply into politics and other populations. Now, looking into this role of group defense, how can it play out in the real, where you were making your concept presentation, you are conceptualizing group defense as a mechanism to reduce the effects of predators on the prey. Now, how can we relate that to the real world? How can the population, a predator in the real world, use this group defense as a mechanism
And because
to fight? As a defense. Do you get my point?
from the past state, group defense mechanism mainly occurred in the weak population. If people go to the population of, say, elephant, if move with a group, but when we require, they move separately. When Tusker don't want to anyone, because of male, they attack this one and they go to the another place, and after they try to go to the joint this group, as because anyone can attack them. This is the main situation. This is memory effect from past history. They will come. See, when you born, you don't know what is the cultural of your society. But in time, from your family and your places, you adopted this culture. Even your family told you to go this side or that side, you adopted from this situation. Same time, as because both are have memory, as because they are vertebrate, so they can adopt to themselves to move side by side, as because a cannot go to the negative direction, If anyone in the group find the food, everyone go to the food area. If you are small one, single one, you can searching and searching to find the food. But if in the group, one can identify, you can get the food from that side. This is another part. And second part is I have discussed as because predator can attack any single predator, a prey. But if in a group, they can say what will do, what will happen if you attack. So they can wait and find who is lonely. Then he can attack this prey population, this prey. Not entirely in the group. Just who is in the side or is weak, we are study and then prepare. That's why the group defense is very common in the ecological system. And you can, we are also in a group here or other place for restore ourselves. That's the group people. Okay.
Thank you so much, bro. I think I was just thinking that even ASU is a kind of group defense formulation of ASU. Because if you as a single lecturer wants to fight some things, you may not work, right? But ASU, you came together as a group of lecturers and you want to fight government on this particular matter or any union, that is the any union. I just use ASU as an
If
example.
we are in a group, no one can attack us.
Yes, as a group, you have stronger defense together than one. I will just say that as in technology, that actually every model will want to inform one kind of policy or the other. So I was looking at what kind of policy can we possibly derive using this model, as far as ecology is concerned. And then as I was thinking that Subhakari was, I saw that was whispering something and actually would want him to, do was something about this aspect of model that even happens in our own country and then leads to this.
I have two scenarios. Like there was one that was written up by some lesson fact, years past. And like some they get theirs because one, we don't know. So one of them is like that data issue. You understand? And where the people there, they are facing a lot of challenge in terms of their resources and all of that. Their resources are being depleted, the ecosystem is being depleted, suffering. A lot of them were fighting, and it has gotten to a point where, at that time, where they were facing people with ammunitions and all of that. So it was captured as a kind of prey-predator system, where if that situation had continued, we find out that now it's going to affect. And then not only that, we saw that it was also going to, in the long run, the people they are preying on will end up depleting. So by the time they deplete, the predators will face themselves, and then we have a situation called cannibalism, where the predators, and also the case of kidnapping and banditry. Now, if the government decide not to it has really affected that move. If not, by now, maybe they will have entered this place. this environment, and then you know what that means. Now, if that situation continue, now you find out that a point will come that is either all the prey they leave, every one of us will leave. If you cannot stay, you leave, you go to another country, or you go to neighboring country, or many people are killed. So in the long run, the predators will face themselves and begin to kill themselves. So, and then what happens is what we are going to have there, the case of cannibalism. So when this, so what we are seeing there are things that are also this kind of technological problem exists because human being lives with the plant, the animal, and everything. So you cannot separate all these three from each other, but there is benefit. If there are no plants, then you cannot get the oxygen. In places where there are no trees, go to Lagos. That's why the average lifespan in Lagos is lower than in the state. Yes, because the trees have been cut, there's a lot of pollution, and then there's no good quality air to breathe. So all of these, have one way or the other in depleting the population and affecting. So ecology is a very important concept that everybody needs to, because it has to do with conservation, sustainability of our resources and everything together. So it's something that everybody, people are interested in. Because when you talk about mathematical biology is in different forms. One of it is mathematical ecology, mathematical epidemiology, system biology, bioinformatics, zoological modeling, and all of that. So all of them encompass under mathematical ecology. Mathematical biology. So there is no aspect of it that does not affect human being. This thing that he's talking about. So I think we need to look at it in that view. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have two more questions. Okay, so let me allow this and then the other. Please come closer, Mr. Sam.
Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful. Sir, I want to ask group defense and the cannibalism in this your model. Are they occurring simultaneously or they are occurring differently?
Yeah, what's happening here?
He's saying that group defense and cannibalism in this model,
Yes,
are they occurring together?
they occur together.
Okay, so oops. Okay, there's an online person who asked a question. So, all right, thanks so much, Prof. So, my question is on some points on the discussion slide. So, you said the number one, you said memory effects and large speculative events and delay the onset and chaos. So, I really want to understand what that means practically. In notes you have those speculative.
Memory to I consider a very
Not just number one. I think I have other questions, like 2 or 3. So this is just number one. So the second one I want to ask you. Because 1.1, yeah.
You can ask one by one. You want to know the memory of a teacher, why class academy is chaos is here. Last week classes, when I discussed, you see, the neighbor cycle by what is the stability in nature? If trace mod trace of J star minus 1 is less than determinant of the Jacobian. If less than 1, then the system is stable. And what will happen? If determinant value of J star equal to 1, then you got flip bifurcation, flip type bifurcation, double bifurcation. Okay. And if mod trace J star minus 1 is equal to determinant, what will be bifurcation? This is another type of bifurcation, and you create the chaos. How can you measure the chaos? You see the graphical graph. This is the graph of maximum graph of exponent function. If this is below 1, this is not negative. If maximum graph of the value is less than 0, then the system is stable. If you go to the negative to positive, then chaos and bypassing is occurs. And I study this value from numerical simulation also. If you are interested, I can discuss with you after this lecture. That will be better for you. And because there is a lot of calculation is there. I cannot show any calculation. Okay. So stop with me and you can help you.
Thank you, sir. So the second question is on the predator, I think the cannibalism among the predators. So I was just thinking of apart from maybe the group defense and other things that may be responsible for that. See, I want to
I understand it. Group defense is mechanism or way to survive themselves. They are in a group and they make a group defense to attack from the predator. But predator can attack them. When they are suitable time, they attack the prey and from the group of this prey, they can attack, they can eat. Otherwise, they cannot survive. They can survive by eating predator. You know, the prey predator system, they can go logistically from the resource from the art. That's why we depend. dxdt is equal to rx into 1 minus x by 2. And when predator attacks, in growth rate, translated, that time we taken minus a into x into y. And when the predator growth rate, what will happen? When there is no prey, then predator go to diacetyl. Initially, some value, we earlier told, in danger, it can diminish at a certain time. That's why you consider minus mu y. Mu means death rate. And how predator growth rate is done? When predator consume the prey and converted it into energy and it is growth. Okay, that's why we taken as plus c x into y. But here there is a newness. Group defense and cannibalism. Group defense means the prey population can, if they are in a group, the population growth rate will be large. And predator cannot attack them. There is no need of refuge. They are in a group, no one can attack them. So we will not consider here as refuge. But in cannibalism, there is a newness one. The cannibal predator eats of their same species. You know, big fish catch the small fishes. Bear eats his baby. You know, snake eats its egg, and so many examples is there. That's why both term I have taken here. Earlier I said dy is equal to minus mu y. But if cannibalism is occurs, get minus mu y plus cy. That is get a axial equilibrium at 0 y. In prey predator species, you never get only prey predator species model, you can never get y-axis equilibrium point. There you get another equilibrium point. Written here.
Hello.
This is a cannibal model. And cannibal fight for each other to kill themselves. That's why we consider the holy time term minus ay minus ay plus beta y. Okay. This is the newness of this model. From the group defense and cannibalism, we choose this diagram model. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, please. Who wants to ask a question?
Please, your question.
Please unmute and ask your question. Please.
Online presenter that has indicated, I'm sorry.
Mr. Ebziba, are you the one? Mr. Ebziba, are you the one? Please unmute and ask your question.
Please, can we have your question?
Hello. Please unmute and ask your question.
Oh. Okay, so we are not getting that message. We will just have to in the election at this point. Please let's appreciate Mr. Odepa for the presentation. Now I noticed something I want to draw your attention to. We saw that Mr. Odepa on Monday, as you're talking